Hey, it's Greg Grunberg, Snap Wexley, and you are listening to 6th Scale Scavengers.
All right, Scavengers, we're back. We are back, Mr. Letty. It took us about 2 months to get the return going again.
Yeah.
But here we are. We were going to do an episode last month, and we were trying to do some scheduling things, and one thing led to another, and here we are, almost 2 months after our, air quotes, return here. So very excited to have a little bit of a new show format that we teased last time out. So, Chris, let's, without further ado, let's bring in our panel here, and I'm going to add Mr. Jessie first because one of the new stars of the channel. Chris and I were joking with the other admins that Jessie single-handedly saved the channel with his most recent posing video, Jessie. So we'll pick your brain about that after we bring all the other panelists on. But
sounds good.
From me and everybody else on the team, great job, and thank you for doing some of that heavy lifting.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
The channel needed much rejuvenation. And, you brought it. So.
All right. Next up.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Next up, we've got Sean, and he right before we hit live threw all of his change in the swear jar, so that we wouldn't have any repeats of some of his appearances on Collecting Weekly. So
yeah, yes, 100%. We'll keep it clean. Keep it clean.
We do keep it clean here. So welcome aboard, Sean. And last but not least, we've got Danny, and got all your technical issues sorted out this time. Looking very suave with that the business in the back there. I'm actually kind of jealous of your hair. I've just turned 40 last month. My hairline's going up. I've got a bald spot in the back. All downhill.
Don't you hate it when these kids
trying to keep it alive,
full
guys?
Head of hair.
I'm right behind you, Brian.
Can't see any scalp at all. Jeez.
It's good to be back. Gosh, love to see the chat lively already here. Let's see here. Moderator Mike is in the house. Mr. Pearson, one of the original scavengers. I think he may have been actually scavenger number 3 after Chris and I. So
yeah. Nice.
And Hidalgo, Town Crier. Yes, I am in my new space. If anybody isn't watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on our docile tones here on the audio podcast, I am in my new space, my basement. I've got my Maja cases here. I had the lights on a little bit ago, but I'm still having an issue with some of the lights buzzing, and I didn't want to have that drone on during our stream here. So I'll go over that in kind of the collection update a little bit here. So guys, before we get into what the new show format, because I can speak English here, will be a little bit more of a condensed format. We're going to go and instead of news, we're going to do a show and tell. This is not going to be like elementary school here, but what we're going to do is each bring a item that we want to talk about, that we're excited, whether it just got announced or it's been released. And then finally, after that, we'll do our collection updates, and that will obviously lead into other discussions. If anything comes up in the chat that we want to address, it's just, we're just kind of hanging out here, and, very informal, and just looking forward to talking some collecting, guys.
Brian, I got to say, your new space is so like clean in the way your camera looks. It looks like it's one of these like fake backgrounds that you can put on. Like, it does not look real. It looks trippy. It's tripping me out how much it looks like one of these fake backgrounds.
Yeah.
Brian, I thought Sean was upstairs in your house right now. That was really
this is real.
out.
Any other people.
Piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris has been over a couple times to check it out. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. It was a long time coming. It took almost 9 months from planning to contractors and all that other stuff. So, and man, Andrew, keep your money, dude. We appreciate it. But yeah, we are glad to be back too. So, all right, couple things. So the show format, we're gonna go through there. Our friend Ray with Underground Figures dropped us a note. He's got some figures coming in very soon that he'll be shipping out. If you've got any pre-orders with him, or if any of these figures are ones that you're waiting to drop, and you can get a screaming deal with him, reduced shipping, prices compared to Sideshow, and all that fun stuff. So he's got Moff Gideon, Anakin from Clone Wars, Miles Morales, the Bodega Cat version, Mark 85 Battle Damage, that's finally hitting, the Iron Man comic version, and Chris, last but not least, finally, Ahsoka Tano Clone Wars. That had some really weird shipping with the different stuff, guys. I mean, I know a couple of you guys have picked it up, but man, some of the smaller stores and shops like Riot Underground Figures, I know they just didn't get allocated in the first wave.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was a day one, like, minute pre-order with Ray, and I feel like I'm the last person to get one, but it's no fault of his. It's just the way Sideshow was handling their distribution, for the smaller retailers.
Yeah, they always do it weird, because I got mine, I think last week from Time Walker, and so I don't know. It's obviously not alphabetical, but I don't know. It seems they do something wonky with it. I don't know. Maybe they're playing favorites. Who knows?
Yeah. But
it is what it is.
Yeah, the wait will be worth it. It's not like I have too much display space anyway, so yeah.
All right, before we get into our show and tell segment, so Jessie teased it at the opening there. You had an idea and you wanted to run with it, and you're like, hey, you brought it to me, and I was like, hey, wait a second. I bet you that would look really good on the 6 Scale Scavengers channel. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you're going about with this new series, if anybody hasn't had a chance to check it out. But at this rate, you're outperforming most of our recent episodes. So I bet you more people have seen your mug than all 5 of us at the same time here.
Jesse, how does your shoulders feel, pal?
Yeah.
A little weight on there.
I think that's why I'm getting over being sick. I was just holding this up. No. Honestly, the opportunity is fantastic to do it. I was going to start, I'm starting my own channel, and my plan is to just kind of start going through each shelf and just reposing all my figures, because, I like getting them in all. The way we get Tot Toys is because I want them in different ways, not just a statue. And then we were talking, and then I said, yeah, I just filmed a bunch of content today, filming Qui-Gon doing a posing, and then we just chatted about it, and that's what's going to be happening. I'm not strictly going to go all Star Wars at one time, all Marvel. I'm just going to bounce around, but I saw someone in the comments on YouTube asked for more modern figure, so depending on what I go with, I'm either going to be doing my favorite masked vigilante or my favorite time traveler, so that'll be the next one. But just kind of a way to show we spend money on these things, and they're not statues, so don't just leave them there. Use what you got, change it up every now and then, and hopefully people like it. So that's the plan, just kind of going through and posing.
And the tentative title of that is?
What was that? Sorry.
I was saying, and the tentative title that we're going with that series?
Oh, yeah, Scavenging for a Pose. Scavenging for a Pose. So that's what we're going with. Yeah,
I like it.
So it's fun. Thank you guys for letting me do it.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing
Appreciate
what you've got to come up with there.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to our segment. So show and tell. So if you're just joining in and you missed the intro, this is our way just to kind of talk about what we're passionate about, and this will not be exclusively about six scale figures, or even Hot Toys. That's kind of been our bread and butter. But Chris, collecting's it's so much more than that. As collectors, to pigeonhole yourself into one thing in particular, I don't think it's necessarily particularly healthy. And on the other hand, I mean, we could end up talking about some stuff here that others are like, yes, I can completely relate to that. Or like, wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like we were just talking about before we went live, that might kind of send you down some other fun rabbit holes too.
Yeah, I mean, we're all into various other areas of collecting, and I have been for years and years. So figured let's kind of expand the conversation, still include 6 scale stuff, but just talk about maybe some things that are kind of piquing our interest in the moment, and kind of things that we're looking forward to, either something that we just picked up, something that is yet to be released that we are planning on getting, and could be literally anything collecting wise. So looking forward to it.
And I'm going to cheat because I already know what we're going to talk about here, but there's very diverse here. There is still several hot toys that we will talk about. So don't worry too much there. That's kind of how we cut our teeth here. But I figured I'd set the tone a little bit with going something completely out of what we've ever really talked about for my choice for show and tell. So why not Lego?
Heck yeah.
Guys, on the screen you can see this here, but if you're not on YouTube, when I saw that they announced this Lion's Night Castle, I just was like taken way back to my childhood. And it's kind of funny because for my birthday, my son and my wife got me the Lego Creator like medieval blacksmith shop. And I had so much fun building that. And then literally days after I finished it, this was announced. And one thing, as somebody that loves Lego, and I had so many castle sets growing up, I wish I really knew what happened to them all, because it's just not something that is modern on the shelves now. If you wanted to get a Lego castle set or get a lot of extra pieces to build your own castle, there just isn't anything available. So Lego is starting to celebrate like their 90th anniversary. And I mean, this set is just awesome. Like I can't wait. I was thinking earlier today too, and this will date myself. Chris, you'll probably remember this because of being in New England, but I remember going to the mall in New Hampshire with my family, and we were going to Lechmere, of all places. We were going to get our first VCR player. And I remember because they were playing Back to the Future in the store. They had it on a big TV, and I remember that very vividly. But I do remember after we picked up that VCR, one of the stores that was right outside of that was a KB toy store. And in the window, they used to have some of the displays, and they had, I wish I could remember exactly what Lego Castle was set up there, but it was one of the large ones. And I just was trying to look at every single angle I could from like the back. And I was trying to figure out just like growing up, and you like look through the catalogs like Sears or JCPenney, and you just imagine the things that you don't have and what it's like. So trying to figure out, and like, even like the Lego minifigure shields and stuff. It's like, how does that work? I'm like, that just looks so awesome. But I mean, so that was at a very early age. I was just completely fascinated with the castle stuff. I loved like building a lot of my own, using a lot of different sets combined. And it's funny because I look at this one on the screen here, and I wish I could have made something as cool as this as a kid, but like with the drawbridge and stuff, it's, wow. I'm like so over the moon excited about this, and obviously being modernized with, the more recent Lego minifigures here. 4,514 pieces. It looks like it's going to be available early August 8th. 22 minifigures. price wise, I probably would have paid almost anything, but it's going to be just shy of $400. So it's not going to be cheap, but there's so much to this thing. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm sure we've got it on the screen here, just like the back view after you've unfolded it all. I mean, this just looks so fun to build.
That's awesome. So it's hinged, so it can open up. Is that?
It does look like that, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man.
This, and actually,
That's so
I
cool.
got a picture here. This was my favorite Lego castle set I had as a kid. I
Classic.
can't remember exactly which one this was called, but I remember it had a ghost in it, and there was like this. I remember there were 2 yellow.
It's like a
castle
dormer
wall.
style.
Yeah, like this had so much fun building and unbuilding.
Tudor
That's awesome.
I should say. Yeah, that's oh my god. Yeah, all those memories come rushing back for me as well. I did have some of the smaller castle sets. I would say I was heavier on the pirate side of the play sets from the late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, this is an awesome set, and I love that they're going back to like these classic style Lego sets, but like amplified. Yeah, just a really cool piece. My girls are not really into Lego so much yet, so it's hard for me to come up with an excuse.
Oh, just buy it, Chris.
Just buy it. Just do it, Nike.
But yeah, I mean, like, I mean, Brian, you've got the Lego building area behind you, and I think you know, the more sets you can put on the table, the better. But yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, I love that they're getting back to sort of the old 80s and 90s sets, like I guess even 70s with this one. They're doing this. When I was a kid, I don't know if I had too many of these castle sets, but I had all the space stuff, and they're also doing sort of a retro space, theme sets as well. So I love that they're doing this, and yeah, I hope you get it and come on Bricks and Brews one time and build it with us. So yeah, love the set. Definitely 100% all in. Gonna get it. Something I'll definitely build with my son. Yeah, I love big sets that come with a ton of minifigures, like the the Daily Bugle and a bunch of other ones nowadays that come with these big sort of minifigure sets, because you can do so much with them. So yeah, all about it.
That's super cool. I love it. I think it's rad. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I got a buddy who will probably most definitely get it. And when I was a kid, I think Legos for me were the Adventure series ones, kind of like an Indiana Jones spinoff. That was my favorite one. But this thing looks awesome. So can't wait to see it, Brian.
Yeah, and I keep coming back. I'm like, I really wish I could just get this set again.
Yeah, it's probably extremely expensive.
Probably like $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's new in box. But Danny, any I can't remember if you're.
I'm looking at this here, and I'm just thinking to myself quietly, like, you guys had way more money than I did as a kid. I remember getting one Lego set, and it was like the gas station with the one car. I don't know if anybody had that one there. That's the only one I had, and I think I wrecked it like the next day, and I was just like, okay, I'm done with Legos.
Yeah.
Especially my dad, because he stepped on all of them. So, no, this is super cool. I mean, I'm actually getting into Legos more, so it's kind of nice to kind of see you guys talk about your passion about this from afar. My neighbor, who just moved in, he's a huge Lego guy. I mean, the guy has the Statue of Liberty in his house, a Titanic model, some really cool stuff. And here in Florida, we have Legoland. So I've always had an appreciation for Legos. Legos, excuse me. See, I'm not even saying it right. But yeah, I mean, this is very interesting coming from what we normally talk about from the 1/6 community to kind of looking at this. And, I'm glad this is so refreshing to look at this here, because truth be told, it's not my focus. But seeing this here, it's just like, this would be a lot of fun to build. This would be a lot of fun. How long it would take me to build, I'd leave you guys to be the experts on that there. You guys say like a month, it'd probably be a year for me. That's what I'm getting out of this here. But
probably like
it's cool.
A day or two, right, Sean?
I don't know about that. But going with a 6 or 7-year-old, it might increase that time a little bit. The amount of repeat processes you have to do. But
My son's a chip off the old block. Yeah, the last couple days he got a like a Bandai. He's into Transformers. I think I've talked about this before on the show before too. And he got a Bandai model kit of a Starscream. And it was supposed to be his summer project. He was supposed to work on it a little bit. He needed to use like the model nippers to like take the pieces out. 2 days. I mean, yeah.
That's how my son is too. He, you give him, like, he built what's the last one I give him? I think Benny's spaceship from Lego Movie or whatever, and it's 1,000 pieces. And he just like, it's like, okay, this is gonna take you a whole week. We'll do it, over summer break and And like 2.5 days later, he's like, okay, I'm done. Next one. It's like, come on, man, spread this out a little bit.
Someone's gonna
We
Pops in the house
have
here.
like,
Thank you, Pops.
hey, we got like 2 bags left of the Home Alone house to finish, because we did it during Christmas,
man.
and then it just Christmas time passed. We're like, oh, we'll just put it away for now. We'll finish it in a little bit.
That's what I missed. I just couldn't justify it.
That's
that
so
one.
cool.
That one looks certainly.
Awesome.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be around
it's
for a
really
while.
cool. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's my show and tell. I am very much looking forward to that. Added to the medieval blacksmith, and as Sean mentioned too, it's really cool to see Lego kind of modernize some of the stuff that they really definitely built their fandom, and the people that got really passionate about Lego in that late 70s, early 80s, 90s time frame. So. All right, let's see here. Let's go with I'll go with Chris next. So Chris, you got your show and tell. People are going to be not surprised. This is definitely not a hot toy, but
yeah, it's the Ahsoka Tano premium format figure / statue from Sideshow, but this is the Mandalorian version. Definitely something.
So rad.
Yeah, man. Something not really in my wheelhouse as far as the area of collecting. Like, I'm not a statue person, but yes. I mean, I do have some of the Gentle Giant 1/6 busts. I have I think it's like the 1/7 statue from Gentle Giant. But this particular statue, I mean, I am getting the Hot Toys of the Mando version of Ahsoka, but the statue is definitely calling to me. I had the Rebels premium format on pre-order, but I decided to cancel it just because I think it looks cool, but it didn't really connect with me as far as the style goes once it was released. But this, with the mixed media, having the cloth outfit, and just the size of it, the presence, I think they really nailed the likeness of Rosario Dawson in this. I like the pose, just everything about this definitely it's going to be something that I have in my collection. I haven't pre-ordered it. I'm not really down with adding pre-orders right now, so I'm gonna see how things play out once it's released. But I mean, it's not coming out till at best December, but it's probably going to be beginning of next year, so I get some time to plan. But just something different, something with a little bit more presence to add to the collection. I'm trying to plan out my Ahsoka, the various aspects of my Ahsoka display, what it's going to look like. And the idea of having different scaled items as well as 1-to-1 scale items, prints, graded comics, trading cards. Like, I'm just trying to get a bunch of elements that kind of work all hand in hand together. So yeah, Mike, definitely agree. So yeah, I'm definitely digging it.
Oh, that was a callback.
Well, I know Robert just came back from Love and Thunder. I had to give him the dig in it. Yeah. So anybody else like interested in something like this, or
I honestly can't believe how good the sculpt looks for a premium format.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we saw this at Celebration, and it was a showstopper. It looked really, really good in person. The tailoring on the, I guess you could call it tailoring. I think it was cloth mixed media.
Yeah.
On the pants and all that looked great. The sculpt looked great. The coup looked great. Everything looked great. So definitely has a presence in person. So you will not be disappointed. And I'm definitely considering it too. Because like you, I was gonna get the Rebels one, but just the whole, I don't know, the face looks okay. I mean, it looks very reminiscent of the character model in that, but the whole like pose thing that she's doing, and I guess I know she does that in the show, but like, I don't know.
Looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I don't need a I don't know. This I like this one more based on what we've shown. So we'll see what comes down the road, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a very stoic kind of approach to the statue. I mean, I'm really starting to dig the statues that I've been seeing come out lately from all the big studios that are out there, and just I've been really learning a lot about these here. And it just, for me as a collector, it's tough because it's always a space question when it comes to stuff. I mean, if we had infinite space for everything, I mean, we'd grab everything we can, right? But I mean, I know like if I got something like this, I would have to get rid of like an entire shelf of figures just to fit it, just because I'm pretty much already at max. I got overflow in this room, and the man cave is like to the brim, so I'm gonna be making changes there. But I gotta say, I mean, for a statue like this here, like a Rosario Dawson version of Ahsoka, they knocked this one out of the park. This is just absolutely super hard to resist. Even myself, not even knowing if I want to get a statue, I don't blame Chris for picking this one. This is an awesome looking piece here. So I like how Bryan has the measurement photo up of Ahsoka right now. So it's getting the wheels turning like, well, I got that one nook that just, has wedding pictures and random stuff. I can move that or something,
But Sean is the king of finding a space to display. It's 18, almost 19 inches tall. The width and the depth probably isn't too much of something that would preclude you from getting this, but what is the height of the Maja case, the 121s? Is it 24? Is it 2 feet tall?
No, I think it's like 17 internal, so I don't think this would fit in a normal 120. I think you'd have to put it in a 98. Unless you went DF. If you went DF, DFs are 24. Not the,
all right. That's what I was thinking of, Sean, was like the DF ones.
We got a DF this guy.
DFs
yeah, you I don't think you could put this one in the 6 scale one. I think it would not fit.
Yep, DFs are good.
No, that's a good tip.
Yeah, Chris, you could just get a stack of DFs and just line up some of the statues. And
if you order now,
I mean, behind this shelving unit is a big open space that has. I've been tidying things up and like consolidating and like continuing to visualize how I'm going to get things potentially set up, and it makes more and more sense to go the Maja case route because of the flexibility.
Should do that.
I know.
It's I'm a fan. It takes forever, but I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah.
Hey, if you order now, by the time
I like the idea.
You might be done. So yeah.
Right.
There you go. I like the idea of getting like a statue of your favorite character or your favorite person. For me, I'm always thinking if I were to get a statue, like if I were to have a big collection room, I would want a Batman statue. But
hell yeah,
my wife and I are super into Lord of the Rings, and the Prime one is crushing it with Lord of the Rings statues right now. I mean, so much so to the point where my wife was trying to figure out a budget if we could afford this Gandalf versus the Balrog statue.
Oh my god,
and she'll like question.
Definitely. Yeah.
She'll like question me like when I get a hot toy, like how much was that? And then she sees this, she's like, well, we could swing it, right?
Or you could just sell some hot toys and get the Gandalf versus the Balrog.
Yeah, just
you got enough on that shelf behind you to make it happen.
I got enough to make it happen, but this is a long time.
I didn't promise that we wouldn't be institute peer pressure here to spend each other's money either. So
That's Sean's
Yeah.
specialty. So
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. I think I had seen this announced, Chris, but I
yeah.
hadn't really looked at it in this detail. I've had some of the X-Men premium format. Obviously, that's more of a comic version, and this is to emulate the on-screen. And I'm actually very impressed with the effort from Sideshow here.
Super good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got 3 to go here. Let's go. I'll skip Sean just so we don't go back to back there. Let's go Danny. So Danny, you picked a very interesting one. This was not an announcement. This is actually a release, and I know that you've got this figure in hand here. So
Yeah. It's so good, guys. It's so good.
Nice.
I mean, when you get OG trilogy, Holmes. Excuse me. You get OG trilogy figures available to you. You got to scoop them up, and I mean, what better one to get than Luke Skywalker himself? I mean, I love this time frame for Luke when he's like beginning to learn how to be a Jedi, but still kind of a pilot. And I mean, the jumpsuit, the weathering on it there. I mean, the helmet. I mean, it's just such a eye-popping figure to put on your display, especially like generally with Star Wars figures, they tend to be a little bit more like darker colors, kind of blends kind of in together if you have them too much together. This one stands out on the shelf every time. And I just remember back in the beginning days when I started my journey on Star Wars in 1.6, the Sideshow one was like near $1,000 to get one of those. So, I mean, it was definitely not going to happen, not at that number. So I always hoped that they find a good deal. But then Hot Toys to the rescue came out with this amazing piece here. I mean, I had an opportunity to see the original one from Sideshow up close recently before mine came in. And this one blows it out the water. It's really good. I mean, there's some controversy with the head sculpt. Some people like this version of Luke. Some people prefer some of the Mando-ish kind of version. I don't know. But this one for me here, it's such a flawless figure. I mean, for me, quite frankly, this is probably my number one contender for figure of the year so far.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's just so darn good. I mean, I can't say how much I like this one here, but what I did dig about it too is I had a spare Luke Skywalker head sculpt from my deluxe Return of the Jedi, the Endor version. And what I wound up doing is I wound up sticking that on this one here because it's going to be masked, so it's really not a big deal. And I took this one and I put it on my old DX Bestman Luke. And boy,
Nice.
putting that on there gave that figure so much life again that I was just like, I was thinking about maybe getting the new version that's coming out. But once I had that, I was like, I'm good. I got everything I need here. And I mean, a figure that can just have that kind of presence, be so awesome, and then at the same time help out other figures like that, it was ice in the cake. This is hands down my contender for the year. So I hope a lot more people get this one here. Support the OG trilogy. Get the clones a rest. I'm sorry.
Dude, I love that.
Said it.
Definitely.
I love that you switch the head sculpt. I'm into doing stuff like that too. Just like using what I can to make the figure better. And that's awesome.
Sure.
Like you showed us pictures. It looked really, really good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I did with my Endgame Captain America. I got a body off eBay and I just put the unmasked head sculpt on him. And now I have 2 caps.
There you go.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely agree. This is definitely a contender for the figure of the year. I have this one. We unboxed it on the unboxing a couple Mondays ago with Danny. It's amazing. I mean, in person, I think Mark showed a side-by-side of the old Sideshow one to this one, and it looks like 1970s Hasbro figure. It's so like flat and orange, and it's just this is such an upgrade. So this is one of those figures that's definitely going to be a feature grail. I think it's such an iconic look for Luke, and it's so well executed and so well weathered, and yeah, everything about it is pretty flawless. It even has, I don't know if you saw that, the magnet in the base, if you want to hang them upside down, that's the first time they've ever done that to my knowledge, where you can actually hang the base from the roof of your display or whatever. His little grappling hook that you have there magnetizes to his base, and then you can hang him down like he's hanging down from the bottom of an AT-AT. So yeah, flawless figure, perfectly executed. Love it. It's great.
And I'm glad that you said Sean AT-AT and not an AT-AT. So
Well, yeah, because we're right.
Yeah.
just point that out there. I mean, we're right. So they don't call it an ATST. No, it's an ATST. Same as AT-AT. There we go. Science.
Oh my god. So who's getting the Jazz Inc. Snowspeeder to go with this figure?
Not enough room, my God. Not
Right,
enough room. If I had a huge basement, though, like a couple of my nor'easter brothers up there, maybe.
I know.
but-
I could have it hanging from the ceiling.
Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely. I mean, I did have this one originally on order, but when I shifted gears with the Star Wars collecting and decided to focus when it comes to OT on Return of the Jedi stuff, I did have to let this one go. But I mean, watching some of the reviews and all the pictures you guys have been posting, I mean, it looks like an awesome figure. There's so many different display options, and that whole like base thing. I mean, I didn't even know it could do that. So, yeah, just a really cool figure. And maybe someday when the collection funds expand and I know how much space I have to display, might pick this one up.
it's kind of interesting to see the photos here and go back. My family in the room right next to me here, we put in we grabbed some movie chairs and a big TV, and we just watched Empire Strikes Back over the last couple of days. Nice. And it was glorious. And I loved my favorite part as a kid, and still probably is Luke taking out the AT-AT Walker with the grapple hook gun. So I love the fact create that. I guess I hadn't even really watched many reviews of it yet. So, obviously I knew it came out in May, but to know that that's, an option here where you could, recreate that if you need to, it's pretty darn cool. Definitely a good I'm super excited to hear you guys think it's potentially already a figure of the year candidate too. So I know that's something we'll do towards the end of this year. And I know we kind of missed that opportunity this past year when we were kind of on hiatus, but it'll be good to kind of get back on that wagon. Great pick, Danny. And I also echo what Jessie said. I mean, the swap that you did there, ingenious, and that's another thing too. Anytime you can, like either Jessie got an extra figure out of it, or you can breathe life into an older figure. I think that's a key part of being a scavenger. Trying to make the most of everything you've got.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got I got his helmet, and my best friend got me it for my birthday. And so I was considering, I don't get doubles of my Star Wars figures, but I was considering just getting it to put him next to the helmet. It's super cool looking.
Got a couple first timers joining live.
I know,
Primetime reviews.
I was shouting them out right now.
Christian Detour. So yeah, I guess Jessie, you truly are. I mean, maybe your shoulders are a little weight on them. You're bringing on all these new people that didn't.
I don't know if they came for me. I think they just came. Yeah.
Oh.
Tell the wife I need a massage after this. No.
Right?
You should do
Maybe
that
it's been a long day.
I've been carrying this network. You wouldn't believe.
I had to pose this figure all day. I need a massage.
Oh man.
Let's see how that one works
She'll
out.
buy it, right?
Yeah. I need to earn that 25 cents I'm gonna get from the YouTube ads.
Yeah.
My fingers are cramping. Massage them.
All right,
money makers, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Sean, you're up next.
Yes, so here we have the Sideshow exclusive Mythos Vader. This is the newest one of their Mythos line. Goes with the Asajj and Darth Maul that they had a year or two ago. Fantastic piece. I was it was announced last year, was kind of iffy on it. I think the community was too. The base is a little weird with the propeller, not the propeller, but the X-wing kind of thruster, the flaming lightsaber. I thought it was pretty cool, but I kind of wanted to see reviews or see it in person first. And then I went to Star Wars Celebration and saw it in person, and that was it. It looks so good in person. The cape is sculpted. It looks looks menacing, I guess. Looks perfectly in tune with the sort of the flames coming up there. The sculpting, the weathering, everything on there looks great. The head sculpt looks great, especially the exclusive one, which is the battle damaged helmet, which for reasons that we'll not talk about is fantastic, and I cannot wait to have this in my collection. So
what a shot.
Yeah, it looks imposing. It looks fantastic. It's 1/5 scale, so it's going to go with the other Mythos line, and
nice.
Yeah, can't wait to get this in the collection for sure.
Sorry for making anybody dizzy. I was trying to find the picture. I had scrolled past it when Sean was making that point there. But so is the exclusive, Sean? Is it the cutaway?
Yeah, the one on the right there. Yep.
So with the exclusive one, you
cool.
get the 3 head sculpts.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah, looks fantastic. I think they got the sculpt right. I think the sculpt looks a lot like Hayden.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you really can't go wrong. I've been looking for a Vader statue to have in the collection for a while. And this one's it. I know it's Mythos, so it's technically not, kind of canon or whatever you want to call it, but it's enough for me. And I think it looks great. And it being a little bit smaller than 1/4 also helps with the display space issue that we've talked about for sure. So, yeah, can't go wrong. What do you guys think? I know this is a lot of your first time seeing it. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I definitely missed this announced along the way, and I think it looks pretty epic. I know it's the Mythos line, so it's it's like you said, not quite canon, but I mean, with everything going on in the shows and the books and the comics and everything, like there's definitely a place, I think, for this style, battle damaged Vader. I think it's got some serious presence. The flowing cape is pretty amazing, the way they did that effect, and definitely all the battle damage looks, the detail and everything is really top notch. And I really, really like the battle damage helmet, for a number of reasons. But I think it just adds that, extra element, especially if you're into, like, say, Rebels, when, Ahsoka maybe meets her former master. There's a whole
spoiler.
thing there.
It's only been like 8 years.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. I think we're okay on that one.
But
it spoiled it for me, but
I know, that's why I was like, shoot,
That's true.
Seen it.
Well, you just finished the Clone Wars, Jesse, so
yeah, I literally finished it like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. But anyway, I just it's a great piece. Probably not something that's going to end up in my collection, but I mean, I can see a lot of Vader collectors, a lot of Star Wars collectors, having this as a focal piece.
I love how Sean, they did that detail on the skin, like on the arms. Like you see it all burned and everything underneath. That's crazy, great, like really cool looking.
So Sean, with this being almost 2 feet tall with the cape, I mean the cape is what makes it. Like, what are you thinking about for a display? Are you gonna get some DFs or? Yeah,
I'm already planning to get some DFs. I have a few. I have the Asajj and I have the Maul as well for this one. So I'm getting a small amount of DFs just for statues and stuff like that. I think I have like 4 or 5. So just enough to kind of cover those, and then the Lego collection. So yeah, be part of that.
Nice.
Can I just add right now that we should never do show and tell again, because everything you guys have picked so far I want, and I don't like this feeling it's giving me right now.
Right?
It's like no one told me this was going to be the enabling episode. I mean, but whatever.
Yeah.
But this is, between Letty's pick on Ahsoka, right? Your pick now with Mythos Darth Vader here, which again, this is the first time I'm seeing it. I don't know how I missed it too, but gosh, it's incredible. It's absolutely. What's killing me is it's just that the pose that he has with the X-wing engine, and he's just standing on it right there, and just it's on Apollo rocks, and just gosh, it's epic. You know, you're so used to posing everything and kind of creating like an atmosphere for your figure to stand out in your display. And this statue, just like, no, you can just leave it like this, and it'll be awesome forever. And now I freaking want this now. I have a GoFundMe coming up after this show. So if you guys, link will be down below in the comments once this is over. But I'm actually kind of worried for JC. I mean, for JC's pick now, because like between the castle, apparently I got to pick up now too. Brian, I still like yours. Don't get me wrong. Just going in order of awesomeness here. But
well, before we go to Jessie here too, I think the key part of wanting to do this wasn't necessarily to spend each other's money, but
yeah,
Chris, how many times in 78 episodes before this, plus some bonus ones, have we just gone through the motions talking about whatever Hot Toys was throwing at us? And oftentimes, if you don't have any kind of an emotional connection to something, or you just quite frankly aren't going to get it, I mean, you're not really doing your community or your your viewers or listeners any kind of a service by just going through the motions. And I think that's one of the things that was, that we've talked about was such a buzzkill about wanting to keep doing the show in the way that we were doing it before.
Yeah. I mean, like we used to have like the spark, in your collection. I mean, like we had kind of like lost that spark, talking about these figures that we don't really care about. Nobody wants, like, does anybody really want to talk about a Sith jet trooper? I'm no offense to anybody that's a fan, but like, that's just an example of.
Good, Chris.
I know, right?
You've made enemies today.
Yes,
many enemies.
But no, I kind of like we needed that spark, to get things ramped up again, and just talking about the things that we're passionate about, what we're looking forward to. So we're probably not going to be going through every release, every pre-order figure coming out, in in upcoming episodes. But we just needed that to switch things up. And I know, right? Sorry, Mario. I know you got a whole legion of jet troopers.
Mario.
Up, but
we gotta have some words with this guy when we hang out with him.
I'm sure it's a great figure, but I mean, anyway, I'm rambling here as usual.
You've made many enemies.
Everybody's triggered now. I had no idea there was so much passionate fan base for.
I don't want to see the comments for the people coming for Letty's head after this. They'll have the pitchforks, the torches.
Oh well.
All right, Jessie, save us like you saved us a little bit ago with your first posing video here. I know this is one of the figures that you were looking forward to a lot. I know for a fact that we have yet to talk about it on any episode because this came out announced in April. So
yeah,
take it
Kate
away,
Bishop. All right. Well, I'm still the 6th scale and Hot Toys one, not going to statues yet. So I was stoked about Kate Bishop being announced finally. I really enjoyed the Hawkeye show, and I'm one to like stay with the original. I don't really like change, but I think Marvel's doing a great job bringing in new characters, Kate, Elena, and I fell in love with the Kate Bishop character. So I was just waiting for the announcement. It was like right after WandaVision ended. I mean, that night they announced the WandaVision figures. And then, I'm waiting. So they finally announced the Kate Bishop I was super excited about. They hinted at the Hawkeye at one. I mean, you see his shoulder or something in one of these pictures. So hopeful for them. I don't have a Hawkeye yet, so I'm hoping to get this one if they announce it. But the Kate Bishop is just phenomenal looking. I think she did a great job, brought a new perspective to the Hawkeye character. So much so that my daughter and I are going as Hawkeye and Kate Bishop for Comic-Con. So
That's awesome.
Any scavengers
Oh,
going
nice.
to Comic-Con?
Very cool.
Yeah, we'll be there Friday, Saturday. I think we'll be dressed up Saturday.
And Jessie
But-
will be there signing autographs. The new star of Six Skill Scavengers.
I might wear my 6-scale scavenger shirt for day one when I'm not dressed up.
There you go.
I think
Oh, that's awesome.
Hildalgo and I were talking in the group saying like he's going too. So I was like, hey, we got to meet up and see when we're there at the same time. So any other scavengers out there, let's meet up.
I'll
I'd
be
love
there.
to meet you guys.
I'll be there.
All right, perfect. I haven't even met you yet, but for great.
I'll be there. I'll be there all the days, Wednesday through Sunday.
Awesome. Oh, you got the whole day.
Jealous.
I did that
Jealous.
2019. Here, let me see some. This is my closet right here. There it is. So we got. There we go.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So that's a
No
fun
joke.
cosplay we're still putting together. But here. Sorry. You guys go. Pretty
Sweet.
sweet. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really fun. Material's really great, just like Hawkeye was saying in the show. So we'll see how hot I get.
Ooh, man.
Like it's black jeans, boots, and this, and then bow and quiver. So I'm already planning on sweating a lot, but I'm excited about getting this Kate Bishop character. I want to sketch out my collection, and so like I have like an end game list essentially of where my collection's going, and she made the cut along with Hawkeye. So I'm excited to get her in here. Really excited about it.
Do you have it pre-ordered, or are you waiting until it comes out?
No,
What's your...
waiting for it to come out. I've learned my
Yeah.
pre-order lesson. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna wait till she comes out and then I'll order it. That's my way I'm doing it now, is just one figure at a time. No no pre-orders. There is some guff about the head sculpt. I don't really understand why. I think it looks good. I mean, it is a prototype, but I think she looks really good. Hopefully, there's Hawkeye. Hopefully, we get some fun arrows with it. The Pym arrow will be really cool and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to pose it up. I think it's gonna be really fun.
We need a Bumblebee figure here too.
Right.
Can't remember, her name character's escaping me, the name in that, and the Bumblebee movie, but she was great there too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, this looks good. I mean, definitely this looks just like, I mean, for me, I think it's pretty spot on. I think for me, the thing I've learned over the years of doing the Hot Toy stuff is anytime you try to do these like action shots, doing something else than what the face is, kind of like the resting face, whether it's an action face or it can look weird. And I think that's what people kind of clue in on. But, if you've got, I'm sure I don't think I would go for a action pose like this on the shelf with how the head sculpt looks now, but a standing or, something like this, I think will look, just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the material, can lend to, a pose like this, being in that pose for a while and probably not having any issues. But yeah, for me, I think the figure looks really good too. I think it's a really good likeness, and the materials look really, really good. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else somebody wants from the head sculpt. I think they went, obviously the sculpted hair was the way to go, and I think the color of the suit will really go good with a lineup of if we start getting some of these younger characters, the young Avengers kind of characters, definitely would look great in a display.
Yeah, I actually met Andy Park at Comic-Con. And he, if you guys don't know the name, he actually designs a lot of the outfits for Marvel. He's been doing it since, MCU started. And when I was talking to him, he actually came up and took a picture of us. My wife and I cosplayed as Thor and Hela, and our daughter was Loki from Ragnarok. And then he came up and took a picture of us and was like, I designed you guys. And so then we started talking to him. So like the last couple of years, we've gone back and kept talking to him. And he was saying that something he wishes more is that he could do more of the comic style design. Not like he says, it's a very almost military-esque for a lot of them, Cap and Hawkeye and everyone. There's not 100% comic accurate. And I think that's the way Marvel's going now, you know, especially with the new Captain America, Falcon, very comic accurate. So I think we'll be seeing a lot more colors and a lot more fun comic accurate design going forward.
That's awesome.
Hope so.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I am all about more comic accuracy, comic, you know, especially if the X-Men.
I mean, the new Thor, yeah.
Yeah, the new Thor, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. I love the figure. I don't like you said, I don't understand the guff with the head sculpt. It looks exactly like Haley Steinfeld. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it has something to do with the bandage.
Gorgeous, exactly.
Yeah, but you know, it's sure, maybe it's a 90% solution head sculpt or whatever, but it's still fantastic. And you know, I hope they execute on, you know, the final product as well. But yeah, the prototype looks grade A. So
yeah.
All
I think
right.
in the end, when it finally gets released, just to kind of wrap this up, I mean, it's going to look flawless. Let's be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been, for all the flack that we give Hot Toys over a lot of things that they do, and we do it sometimes prematurely, and that's kind of how we program to kind of react to announce instead of accepting and being excited about the fact that it's being made, is that by the end, 9 out of 10 times Hot Toys is going to get it right, and it's usually exceeds what we see in the prototypes. So let's keep an open mind. But yeah, good call. I like yours. But I'm not going to get her just because that's just now you're just asking me too much now. But
Yeah, right.
but I don't blame you. She's dope. She's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Danny's gonna have to go check his budget after this and see if he can fit all 5 of these in.
I'm gonna stop doing the show with you guys. I'm just gonna say no next time because
Right.
I feel like my wife is like in the other room watching this. Is like, oh really? You're gonna get that one too, huh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making a
Just judging.
I just want to say no to one, just so in case she's replaying and watching this, is like, you see, I didn't say all of it. I'm maturing.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
So definitely let us know in the comments below. If you're in the Facebook group, let us know what you think of the new segment here. I think it went well, and certainly a more lively discussion than if we just went through the motions and, you know, a lot of figures that none of us have any intention of getting, and it's hard to get excited about those. And you know, write your hate mail to Christopher James Letty at 6 Scale Scavengers. You know, if you happen to be a Sith Trooper, Jet Trooper Defender.
Or
I will
Instagram,
make
Jet Trooper.
Yeah,
right.
I will make sure that I'll make sure Chris gets all that hate mail. So
Thanks.
and I did mention earlier too, Chris. I mean, Ashley Eckstein. I mean, what is she thinking about you? You're cheating on her here.
I know. She already messaged me saying,
Wow.
"What the heck are you doing?" Like,
What's
you were
Rosario
my
is
one and
not better
only.
than I.
Oh, we had something.
Yeah. She's like, you're going the other direction, huh? Yeah. No. I know. I'm kind of blasphemous being an Ahsoka collector, but no, I think both actors, you know, bring, you know, great presence to the character in their own versions. So, you know, sue me. I mean, I just think it looks like, yeah, I know.
She will.
Yeah.
She might.
Honestly, after finishing the Clone Wars, I was considering, I'm like, man, I should get the Ahsoka too, but I think I'll go with the Mando version just because it's more realistic. Yeah. Like I already put her and Rex on my list, my endgame list, and I'm letting it like simmer to see if I will keep them there. But it's like, you know, if I'm going with realistic head sculpts, I'll might as well just go with the show version.
I'm gonna bombard the chat with nothing but pictures of Ahsoka for the rest of the week.
Yeah, right.
Get ready, council.
I'm gonna hang it. I'm gonna bring it to Comic-Con and hang it around my chest and just like walk around the con. So
Hey,
you'll see me.
I'm repping Ahsoka right now, Mando version too. So,
all right, Mike.
Nice.
Mike, you might have to moderate the council chat too. So, good stuff. All right, wow. And actually, I just realized that we've been talking almost an hour about that, and we still have some collection updates to go through. So let's do that, and then we'll close the books on the show this week. We haven't really talked about when the next time we'll look to record. I do want to at least try to get to monthly, but we'll see. I think the mood has to strike also as well for us to all, you know, be ready to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, maybe post Comic-Con time frame.
That'd be a good idea. Get a first-hand recap from some of our panelists here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
We'll
posted a
live
picture a
vicariously
while
through you.
back. Yeah,
Sorry.
I posted a picture a while back. I think it was during 2020. I was like, oh, I missed Comic-Con. I posted in the group, and someone pointed out that Justin was like in my picture, like from Justin's collection. And I was just like, oh, like I didn't even see him. He was just like right there. And I'm just click, walked away from Justin.
Outview him very soon. So.
Oh man, that'd be the dream.
Just kidding. Justin's a good guy. He does good work. All right, Chris, you got the most on the list here. Let's hear your collection update.
All right, so been busy moving and shaking in the 1/6 area. I got the Boba 2-pack from Mando. That came by way of Ray at Underground Figures. Obviously, being the smaller retailer, he didn't get his stock for a little while, but happy to get it nonetheless. Definitely below Sideshow's retail price, and then the shipping from Rhode Island to New Hampshire and no tax, was a pretty good deal. But yeah, cracked that open. Really, I've got some tweaking to do, but I kind of got them set up for now. But just an awesome 2-pack. That's going to be my Boba representation. I love the contrast between the damaged armor and then the black cloak from the Tuscans and everything underneath, I think. And then just when he made that entrance in Mando with the armor, it was just like, oh my god, every time I watch it, it just gives me chills. It's just like, that is the Boba Fett, but like, you always want to see. So yeah. Story time. I know. Oh, shut up. And then I know Robert wanted to hear about the situation where I was caught by my wife playing with my figures in the basement. She's like, what are you doing? Just styling some hair on Hella down here. I got the Buy Art third-party head sculpt, the unhelmeted version, nice. Which is the look that I really wanted for Hella, and I've only waited 4 years for a company to actually come out with one that was halfway decent, and it's actually, the sculpt and everything is much better than I expected, and the hair isn't too bad to deal with. I got all the products out. I did the,
can't take you seriously.
Letty Salon.
The Letty Salon was in effect. And
hair by Letty.
That's right.
That's where you get your gossip talk out when you're just washing their hair.
I know.
Girl, let me tell you something.
I know. I was talking to the other figures. Can you believe what this figure did? But anyway, so
you're welcome, Robert.
Yeah, seriously. But anyway, as far as the sculpt goes, definitely worth the money. I think it's only like $30 or $35. But nice. You got to do some modification to it. I wish I had the skills of Jessie to make a whole video on it, but I did have to modify the neck joint area on the head, because like I got it all set up and styled, and then I went to put it on. I'm like, it doesn't fit on the ball joint, so then it screwed everything up. I had to go through the process over again once I got it on the body. But yeah, just a small little thing that completely transformed the figure, and Hella is one of my forever figures. Like, it's staying in the collection, even though I got rid of all the other Ragnarok figures that I had.
Rookie move.
I know. And then some figures I sold just recently in the past week or two. I sold my Mark 47 Iron Man Mando Deluxe, but I kept the Grogu's from it. So took a bath on selling a incomplete figure. Then I sold Commander Cody and Short Trooper Squad Leader.
Not approved.
I know, not approved. Yeah.
You're just gonna glare from Sean. I wish he was above you and he could be glaring down at you right now. It's like Hollywood Squares right now.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I just I don't know. I had to dial in the collection and really focus, and then going forward, I kind of know which lanes I'm going to stay in.
But did you at least keep Rex? Do you have Rex?
Oh yeah, Rex is a keeper figure, and I've got
Just making sure you're not going completely
no.
crazy,
See, the thing is, like Commander Cody, I don't really have. I mean, he can hang out with the other clones, but
he's a traitor too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a traitor, so
yeah. So I can get rid of him, but anyway, just yeah. Anyway, Letty story time over. Who's next?
You're a brief intermission. Holy cow!
Yeah, I mean, like, how are we gonna follow that up? I guess Danny, we'll go over to you. I know you've got quite
awesome.
A few too. Mostly you're just spending the money instead of selling it. So
I know I'm terrible. Okay, well, I have to write it down. Let me see. So, no particular order. DX19 Batman, the new 2.0, 3.0, whatever they're up to on that one there. Sick figure, absolutely the quintessential Dark Knight model that you want to get, is if you're going to go for a 1/6 Dark Knight for sure. Django. I was super excited to finally get some more named characters in my prequel collection, so I was super excited to get him.
Who would sell that figure?
Ooh. Preview, future, possibly next. You? Okay, we'll find out. No, but yeah, I got it. Absolutely love it. Debated if I wanted to keep the head on or not. I decided to keep the head sculpt on. So, he's not going to be headless Django, not until I get a mace. But what else did I get here? I got the Boba 2 pack as well. I concur with you there. It is absolutely sick. So glad I decided to stick to my guns because I was flailing. I didn't know if I wanted the repainted one or, possibly wait for a Book of Boba version. So glad I stuck with this one. It is absolutely amazing. Both figures. Plus, like, by today's standards or pricing, that is a steal of a deal.
Yeah.
Can I just say that? I remember how much I was throwing out F-bombs when I saw the price, like, originally from Sideshow. Then just fast forward over a year or two after it's finally here. I'm like, that is a heck of a deal. So I'm glad I went with it. I'm excited about it there. That's the figure I've been posing the most just because there's so many cool things you can do with that one there. What else? Obviously, we went over Snowspeeder Luke. Potentially figure of the year for me. Stay tuned. Then I decided to dabble in Marvel. I got into the Marvel game again. It's been a while. But that's the way I like to collect. I like to collect when things are not popular so I can find the best deals. So I got a Captain Marvel from Endgame. Really good deal. Pop culture, as you guys probably saw when I posted it, I got the Iron Patriot 2.0, and I got the Thanos from Endgame as well too, the clean version. So that should be coming in tomorrow, hopefully. So really excited to get those. And what else here? Oh, just a little figure. There we go. Ahsoka came in today. I posted that in the group today. Haven't had a lot of time with that one there, but it has such a good presence as well too. I don't know. Maybe it's an orange thing with me now. I picked Luke. I picked Ahsoka now. I mean, they're good looking figures. They really are. And also, honorable mention here. I did not sell anything, but I did trade something, and it was to our dear friend Gerber. Gerber and I came to a pretty sweet deal. I traded him my Nightmare Batman because I refuse to have two when my 2-pack comes in. So, but I flipped it for the Enter Bay Kobe Bryant pack, which don't own anything from Enter Bay, but that is a really awesome product. I gotta tell you. I mean, I'm not into basketball as much as I used to, but Kobe's like my guy, so I had to have something. Those things are so cool. I can see myself just going down the rabbit hole and picking those up, but I'm gonna stay strong on this one here. If my wife is watching, if not, I'll tell you later. but I'm just gonna have the my bedroom, full disclosure, is on the other side of this wall, so I just don't know how loud I'm talking right now.
Oh, it's probably louder than you think, dude.
I don't know if she's watching one of her murder mystery shows where she's figuring out how to kill me or not. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna only have that one there. But I recommend, if you're a basketball fan, those Enterbay figures are phenomenal. So excited about that.
And if she wasn't planning before, she is now.
Reason number 200 not to do the podcast with you guys ever again.
Seriously.
That's okay.
Well, we'll have you back anyway.
You got the wrong guy.
Good stuff. Sean, you don't sell much, so obviously you probably have quite a few purchases since the last time we all convened.
Yeah, I'm not going to go over all the purchases that I have because I don't remember all the purchases, but I piggybacked off of some here. Let's see here. I got also the DX19. I was going to get a Bale Batman for a while. One, just the prices were too much, and then when these came out, I had moved on to different Batman or whatever. But then when the DX19 came up again, and I saw the reviews, and then the in-art Joker went up for pre-order, I was like, well, and I got that. So I was like, well, I need a companion piece. So I ordered that, and it is awesome in person. I will say that. I went that one over the Begins version just because, well, I mean, one, obviously it goes better with the Joker, but two, I know everybody loves the Begin suit, and it is a great looking suit, but like figure wise, I just don't think it translates all too well. I think in the movie it looks great, but just there's issues with the cape. And anyways, so I got the X19. I got that, long-winded way of saying that. Also got Django. Just got that in yesterday, so I haven't opened that yet. Boba 2-pack. I unboxed that about a week or so ago. Fantastic figure. Yeah, $300-something bucks for 2 figures. Looks fantastic. Poses fantastic. Looks great together. Tons of accessories. Really well done. Glad I have that one. So, Troopers. I got lots of Troopers. Yeah, all the ones that have come out recently. Ahsoka, Miles, Moff Gideon. I recently got Anakin and Step. They had a 10% off coupon, I think, over the holiday weekend. So I got that, and I had like $200 in Sideshow points. So I got it for relatively inexpensive for what it is. So now they just need to come out with the dang Clone Wars Obi-Wan, and I'll be happy. I was waiting to order it until they released Obi-Wan, but who knows if we'll do that. Might have to kit bash that one. And then last but not least, for figure-wise, I got the Zombie Deadpool. I ordered that one this weekend. Also, it was a 4th of July sale. It was like $30 off on Time Walker, so I was able to get that at a good deal. I got that because with the Zombie Iron Man coming up that I have on order, and the Zombie Deadpool and all that stuff, or sorry, Zombie Strange, I think it's going to look cool as a display together. So, yeah. But other than figures, mostly just pre-orders coming in. I haven't bought, sort of a figure off a friend in a while, but I will be doing a collection purge here in a little bit.
What?
Yeah, I know. I have about 10 or 15 figures that I want to sell. A lot of duplicates, a lot of stuff that I bought with the intent of I'm going to have this display like this, and then another one to display like this, or XYZ. And then now that I'm putting all my figures up, I'm just like, I just like it like this. You know what I mean? I only need one. I don't need to display the Iron Man Mark 7 in the pod and the Iron Man Mark 7 this way or whatever. So I will be doing sort of a purge as far as that goes. But yeah, a lot of my attention lately has been more on comics. Been trying to get sort of some of the runs that I had when I was a kid, or at least some of the keys that I had when I was a kid. But I'm kind of slowing down on that. I've got a lot of the keys that I wanted to get, and a lot of stuff that I wanted to get. I'm still working on completing an ASM run and an X-Men run. That's been most of my time organizing and cataloging comics, which is, I know, as you know, Chris, is a pain in the butt. So
it's so tedious.
Yeah, I'm like through I don't know, 8 or 9 boxes out of 30 or something like that. So it's a long process, but at least they're all short boxes. So yeah. So yeah.
I know your pain.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
In summary, Sean said, "Hold my beer."
Yes, he
yeah,
did.
right.
So Jesse and I will bring up the rear here. So Jesse, I know you've made some moves, and you mentioned kind of the I feel like calling something like a Kip Ash is not doing it justice or not. But what have you got going on lately?
Yeah, I've been trying. I like doing a little custom work and stuff. So custom wise coming up, I mean, I'm still working on the Harley, and Chris hooked me up with a good Harley Quinn head sculpt, so thank you for that. So she'll be coming out soon, but then custom wise, I got a Daniel Craig 007 head sculpt in. I got to paint John Dillinger head sculpt, Johnny Depp. I was rewatching that movie and I was like, man, I love this movie. It's so good. The style's cool, the long coat, the Tommy gun. So I'm making a custom John Dillinger. I ordered this. Well, I bought this 3D print file, and it's an Alex Ross painting, but it's a 3D sculpt now. It's when Batman is holding the Joker, like, and Harley Quinn, like he's got them both, and he's just standing in the middle. So that's gonna be a fun 3D print to print out and paint. And then I bought a Target 12-inch the Batman motorcycle. It came with like 4 figures and the motorcycle, but it looks 6 scale to me, so I'm going to repaint that and put it in the Batman shelf, just trying to do what I could do there. So that's fun for custom work there. I got the Dark Knight in from Hot Toys, and he's awesome. I mean, fantastic figure, like Sean was saying. Like, I was looking at prices before he was announced, and it's just so expensive. So I got him in. I'm happy that Hot Toys redid that figure. I got my Father's Day present was actually quarter scale Leonardo Ninja Turtle, so that was pretty cool. It's a lot bigger than I thought. I mean, massive figure, but really like that. So I got to get the other 3 to go with him. My wife, like, I open it up and she goes, "That's your favorite one, right? Like, you don't need the other ones?" And I was like, "No, the other 3 are my favorite." So get those guys in. Yeah, that was my response. So I'm excited about that. The thing's really cool looking. And then a buddy of mine did split the in-art Joker with the rooted hair. I'm excited about that. Different buddy of mine split the Boba Fett 2-pack. And so another buddy of mine decided to do the same thing with this. I'm going to get the version with the purple coat, and he's going to do the prison version because he just wanted that prison scene. So we're both happy about that. Get to save some money. That's the only pre-order I've done in a while. And then I have Lando on a payment plan. He's got one more payment left, and then he'll be in the collection. So that is everything for me.
All right, good stuff, Jesse. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, last but not least, so it's been a while. I actually hadn't been selling any figures for a while, and it's funny because Sean, you just mentioned something that made me think of why I was doing it. So probably a while ago, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have 2 clones, of each. But even with my Maji cases that are over my shoulder here, I was like, I really like having like 2 501st and 2 Ahsoka clones and 2 of the Coruscant guards. But I'm like, with more of the clones I've got coming out, I'm like, I think having the 2 is overkill. So actually, like Danny did a deal with Gare, and he picked up one of my 501st Deluxe. So I still have one. I just got rid of the extra, and I also sold the standard one that I had as well on eBay. And right now I've got my other Coruscant guard up for bid, and Django. So I forgot I had it on pre-order, and then I got the invoice from Ray at Underground Figures. And I'm just like, at one point I was gonna have that in the display, and he kind of fits with Boba Fett, but not really. So
he does.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
rebuy it.
It hasn't sold yet, but so I'm just gonna. I didn't have the heart to like not pay for it after it was on my own issue for forgetting that I actually had it on pre-order. So somebody's probably gonna get a deal on that. It'll probably sell for under retail, but that's my mistake. I did also get the since the last time we chatted, I did also get the other the new Boba Fett in as well, the reclaimed armor or whatever they're calling it from the Mandalorian. I just got the single. I think that's like the quintessential Boba Fett, and I've got most of the other ones. definitely my favorite. And like you guys, have also had a lot of fun posing that one. And then kind of, I think Chris M in our group, I think, had shared Hasbro Pulse was doing like a 40% off deal the beginning of last month. And the 3-0 Power Ranger set was available. And I did watch them a little bit as a kid. And my son is big into them. He watches like all the different series and shows that they've got on Netflix and stuff. So I was like, all right, what the heck? You know, Danny, I know you said you've got yours and you liked it. So I was like, all right, for 40% off, I'll give it a chance. Got them in. I'd say I'm mostly happy with them, but I'm also really bummed because I think the second or third figure I set up, I think was Kimberly the Pink Ranger, and I snapped off the right arm almost entirely. It's just kind of like just hanging there. So I ended up having to find a pose where it doesn't look so bad with the arm just kind of hanging there. I don't have the heart to spend like another $100 to get another Pink Ranger, or I don't even know how to go about fixing it. Cause it was like locked in. I can't remember if it was like the elbow or the upper arm, and it was like whatever, it was just no moving it. And all of a sudden it's like crack. And I'm like,
There's no warranty with Hasbro on that stuff at all?
I don't know. I didn't even think to check that. So
Do it.
but it was like, you got the whole, like the 6-pack. It was just like one of the figures. I'm like, I don't want to like, I'll just deal. I got a deal on it anyways. I'll just find a way. Maybe somebody will sell one of them single at one point, but then it's like waitlisted and sold out most places other than like Big Bad Toy Store. So, and I don't love them enough to want to spend another $100 on it. So I think for now, I'm just going to try to tell myself that it's not broken and go from there. So it's like on my bottom shelf down here. It's like, whatever.
Battle damage.
Yeah. Battle damage Pink Ranger.
You just need a what size is it? Is it 1/6 or is
They're
it?
they're 1/6. Yeah. Right, Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a find a 1/6 scale sling and get the sling from the Nick Fury figure from Winter Soldier. And,
There you go.
So those are some pickups, and I mentioned the Lego set I got earlier too.
Nice.
I'm stoked for this castle stuff. I feel like one of the reasons why we collect is all kind of like the nostalgia that kind of kicks in, and some of my that was some of the most fun I had, growing up, was building with those Lego sets. So all right, I thought this was going to probably be a shorter episode, maybe in like the 45-minute range, and we're probably approaching 90 minutes and probably one of our longer ones in quite some time. So it's been a lot of fun. We say that every time. It's just one of those things. It feels like it's more effort to pull it together than it is to actually just hang out and talk with friends here about collecting and have everybody tuning in live. I mean, we didn't have our normal crew here, but we had a lot of the regulars, and it's kind of that show within the show that goes on here. And shout out to Pops and Andrew for the super chats. We appreciate that too.
yeah, it's nice seeing an active chat. Mike holding down the fort, and yeah, love the interaction, and it was just great conversation, guys. Appreciate everybody jumping on and helping with planning this out, and look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Jesse, when are you planning on doing the next video? That coming up soon?
Yeah, probably in like a week or two I'll start filming and everything. So I'm gonna try to get it on a consistent basis. I just got to see what that basis will be. So I'll let you guys know.
We already got to renegotiate your contract. You've already exceeded performance standards. So
well, thanks. I appreciate the place to do it all, guys. Thank you so much. And shout out to the people who dropped in for the first time on the live show. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we still have our TeePublic store, Six Hill Scavengers. Somebody actually bought some T-shirts recently, so shout out to you for doing that. We appreciate it. The audio podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, and sixhillscavengers.libsyn.com. If you want to grab that RSS feed and throw it into your podcast, catch your choice. shout out to Scott. He couldn't be on tonight, but his archived videos are out there for Parker Files. Hopefully we can get him to return to the airwaves at some point as well, but still a lot of great content out there. Chris, we still do a podcast with TC Cards Formula, talking Formula One. So if you have not watched Drive to Survive, definitely check it out, and then you will be a Formula One fan, I swear.
And we got to get TC back on here too.
Oh, he will.
He could talk about cards. Yeah. He could talk about.
He still has Hot Toys.
I don't know.
He still gets Hot Toys.
I know, but come on, TC, if you're watching.
New
TC.
Format.
Come on, buddy.
We need TC back.
He is the eye candy. He'll bring in the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris.
Yeah. So just a quick thing here. I was asked to co-host a new podcast. It's called Collecting Tracks, and it's for the Fanthatracks.com. It's a Star Wars website. They have all sorts of articles and on collecting and whatnot. So I'm co-hosting with Richard Hutchinson, who's also he's the host of the Vintage Rebellion podcast, which mainly talks about vintage Star Wars. But Richard and we just recorded our first episode this past weekend. So the episode should be coming out soon. We're going to be doing it I think it's like every 6 weeks, but it's going to touch on various aspects of Star Wars collecting. And the first episode, we talked about collectibles and items that were available to fans before Star Wars was originally released in 1977. So it was a really fun chat. But yeah, check that out.
Nice. That sounds cool, man.
Yeah, something different,
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I think that will bring us to a close, just shy of 90 minutes total. So really appreciate you guys hopping on. Danny, Sean, Jessie, and that Letty guy. No, all right, Letty, at least you can not fumble this outro like you do on our other show all the time, because we actually have a cool one for this. But
I know, right?
Chris,
right,
hold on. I gotta get the video queued up. I haven't done this in over 2 months. So, all right, Chris, my friend, bring us home.
Excelsior.